How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at my newest Dollar Tree movie haul. This is actually part 20. I can't believe we got here so quick. I want to give you guys a big thank you for supporting the series. To everyone who's watched and liked and subscribed, thank you. You're really helping out. I'm also only a few subscribers away from 200 subscribers, so also, thank you guys for that. You guys are really nice and helpful. Since this is part 20, I'm going to be doing 20 movies. I've only ever done 20 things once. The video did get a little long, so I'm going to try to go through these a little quicker than I normally do. But 20 things, they're all DVD. Sadly, Dollar Tree didn't have too many Blu-rays, nothing I really wanted. They did drag out a bunch of movies again, and they were primarily DVD, but also a lot of older stuff. It seemed like they were recycling stuff, and then plus I did dig into the back. So if a few of these are kind of older, sorry about that. That's pretty much why. But anyway, let's just jump in. A little bit unusual for this type of video. I usually haven't seen too many of these movies. I've actually seen the first three. This is Life with Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, and Ryan Reynolds. It's about a bunch of people on the International Space Station, and they've discovered the first living extraterrestrial life, but it begins to feed and get bigger. It starts out really small, and then starts to form itself and get bigger. A cool sci-fi horror. There's the disc. It's a shiny disc with the logo. But yeah, I really do like sci-fi horror movies, and it is pretty fun. Saw this back in the theaters, and to get to see a movie that I saw in theaters for just $1, that is great. Glad to pick it up. It's not even that old, so that was one that I was pretty happy to see. Up next, this movie called Shuttle. If you like those kind of sort of confinement thrillers, kidnapping, and how do I get out of this type of situation, I'm not really sure the exact subgenre title, but this is one of those movies. Think Unhinged came out recently, or Red Eye. These girls get back from a trip from Mexico, and they take a late night shuttle, and it turns out the guy's trying to kidnap them. This is pretty good, but if you know this type of movie, if the writing's not too tight, you get a bunch of audience members going, why didn't they do this, or why didn't they do that? And to be fair, there were a few frustrating moments in this movie where, like, they should have, if they did that, they could have got out, they could have been safe. So, yeah, frustrating at moments, but if you like this type of genre, I'd recommend watching this film, but yeah, a little frustrating here and there. The best film that I found in this type of genre is Wes Craven's Red Eye, though, so if you like that type of film and you haven't seen Red Eye, go check that out. It's pretty cool. Up next, I actually have 3 movies from Scream Factory. I've been picking up a ton of modern Scream Factory movies lately. This first one I've seen, The Devil's Candy. This family moves into a farmhouse. The dad's a painter. He starts painting really creepy things, and then one of the former residents shows up, who is, of course, going to be evil and scary. There's the disc with her on the ground there, and if we flip it, or see the reverse cover there, this is one of Scream Factory's famous reversible covers with a more old-timey looking version of the movie's cover there. A really cool version there. But yeah, I saw this on Netflix a bit ago. It was on Netflix. I'm not sure if it still is or not, but that's where a lot of people first saw that movie. It's pretty good. Lots of heavy metal. I think it's got, Metallica, Slayer. Pretty cool stuff. Up next, The Wind, Demons of the Prairie. You get to see the eyes and the hands coming in after her. It's about a frontier woman, really tough and used to a hard life, but she begins to think there's something in the constant howling wind that might be after her. There's a unique disc image, no reversible cover, sadly, but seems pretty cool. And up next, the only one with a slipcase, Rust Creek. This movie, you get 2 people, described as ordinary woman and a college senior with a bright future. They take a wrong turn and are trapped by some bad guys and are forced to rely on a lonely stranger to try to get out. There's the disc right there. Seems fun. A wrong turn. There's bad guys. Who do you trust type of movie, but yeah, that sounds fun, and plus it's a modern Scream Factory, and also IFC Midnight if you look in the corner. Up next, I have 3 films from, or 4 films actually, I hadn't seen them before, but this company with this M logo, it stands for Momentum, I believe. I hadn't seen them before, and then all of a sudden we get a bunch of them. Their first one here is Jack Goes Home. It's got Lin Shaye, if you like the Insidious movies, the medium from those movies. Guy gets in a car wreck, goes back to his home, and finds there's something up with it, something disturbing. I'm wondering if this is a ghost movie. It might be. And you gotta love that image where he's covering his eyes, but his eyes are going through his hands. Really creepy stuff there. The next M movie, or Momentum, Pocket Listing, with Rob Lowe. I know him from Parks and Rec, but it talks about how there's this disgraced loan officer and a Malibu family is trying to get him to sell their villa kind of secretly, and it turns into a big crime thriller, so that should be fun. You get to see the for sale, and then he's got a gun there, and you wonder what's going to happen. Now, up next, out of these 4, this is the one I'm the most excited for. This one is Bad Kids of Crestview Academy. It's based on a graphic novel. There's bad kids and they're in detention. One of them locks up the teacher and they try to get out and leave, but they find that they're locked in the school and a bunch of them suffer gruesome accidents trying to get out. But are they really accidents? So a fun locked in a school movie. I am really excited for this one. I hope it's good. This sounds fun. Trapped in a school. Last one of the Momentum, Devil in the Dark, with this big crazy creature. Talks about how there are these 2 brothers, kind of estranged. They go on a hunting trip, and there's a mysterious evil entity in the woods, and one's drawn to it, and the other has to figure out what to do. So this seems cool, a Creature in the Woods movie. You know, things like Blair Witch Project, really good woods horror. Gotta love woods horror, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Up next, we got 2 BBC things. I've been picking up a ton of BBC stuff lately. The first one is Safehouse The Crow, about a retired police detective, and after leaving, there's a new murder that bears a resemblance to one of his unsolved murders, and he has to figure out how to catch the killer without putting his family at risk. So, BBC cop versus criminal movie seems pretty fun. Have to check it out. Actually, both BBCs are cop versus criminal. You get this guy with this burned face in Rellik, and Rellik, Know the Truth, and then in backwards go back. This is actually a miniseries, hence the 2-disc set at the bottom. It talks about how this one starts at the end. You see the detective in a terrible place, and he's caught a suspect. Now, is it the right guy? We don't know, but we're going to go back in time and figure out how we got to this point and see where all the paths led to get here. Flip it open. Disc 1 is episodes 1 through 4, and Disc 2 is 5 and 6, so a 6-part mini-series. Sounds really cool. I don't know how scary it is, but it looks interesting. Up next, one that I had heard people say was at the Dollar Tree, and I finally found it. Midnight Special from Jeff Nicholas. Flip it to the back. It talks about how there's a kid with special powers, and a cult decides that they should come after him, and eventually maybe the government too. And the dad has to keep him safe, and they're kind of on the run. Sounds a little bit like Firestarter with different powers. I don't know, but I heard this movie was good. It's one of the bigger movies I hadn't seen before. Really cool purple disc. Gotta love the solid colored disc. Always pretty intense. But I hadn't seen this movie before. It's one of the bigger movies that I'd heard about and hadn't seen. I was really glad to pick it up. Up next, a Dean Koontz movie, Hideaway. I actually have a few Dean Koontz movies. I should really review them on the channel. This one stars Jeff Goldblum, and hey, a Dean Koontz movie for only $1. But flip it to the back, it talks about how this guy was dead for 2 hours. He comes back with a psychic connection to a killer, and he traces him back to his hideaway and eventually uncovers why he has a connection to this killer. But hey, Jeff Goldblum, Dean Koontz. Sounds really cool. There's the cover. Kind of that him looking up with the red light on him from the front cover there. I don't know if that's Jeff Goldblum or the killer or what, but hey, Dean Koontz, Jeff Goldblum, I'll pick it up. Up next, Burning Kiss, sort of new noir-style movie where this guy was in a car wreck that killed his wife, and a person comes up as a new suspect who might have did it, and he begins to track down and investigate him, and you get the really cool, almost Giallo-style killer there. And a lot of these movies are doing the Dario Argento Giallo neon light. I wonder how much that's incorporated into this. Looks interesting. A new noir movie. I'll have to check it out. This is Echo Bridge. They have a lot of stuff at the Dollar Tree. Moving right along, from the creators of Walking Dead, hence why Norman Reedus is in it, Air. This movie's about the future where a bunch of Earth's air is unbreathable. Everyone's in stasis, except for these two people who are engineers working to keep the machinery going. But of course, there's several things going on there. So, sounds like a fun sci-fi horror. Hey, Walking Dead, gotta check that out. And there's the disc, another shiny disc with the logo. So yeah, that's cool. Up next, Roger Corman. Hey, he's a really fun producer of B movies, and this is one of his more modern things, I think. This is Dinocrock. Flip it to the back, and it sounds like a pretty standard story. Government experimenting with a rapid growth hormone. It creates this Dinocrock that's less loose on a small town, and you get the hunter, the sheriff, his daughter, and their boyfriend. They have to figure out what to do. But gotta love giant creature features. There's the disc, and there's an ad for more Corman stuff, so I have to add this to my Roger Corman collection. And hey, a creature feature as well. It might just be cheesy and stupid, but hey, gotta love creature features, gotta love Corman. Up next, Dark Amazon. It feels like we've had not too many jungle horror movies as of late. They used to be super popular. And this one's about this scientist that's looking for medicine in the jungle. They wake up one day and the medicine's disappeared, and there supposedly is an evil group around them, and they have to survive. There's the disc. She's got a spider on her face. Pretty fun. I'd be curious to see what they do with jungle horror, because that's a genre that there's not been too much of lately. Up next, something that might be cheesy, but it's zombies, so I had to pick it up. Fight of the Living Dead, and the zombies holding a phone, and you can see YouTubers, Joey Garcefa, Prank vs. Prank, iJustine, and Olga K. Flip it to the back, and it talks about how it's half scripted and half reality TV. They've put these YouTubers up against zombies. It could be cheesy and terrible, or maybe it'd be fun. I don't know. It's only about approximately 51 minutes long. Internet stuff, probably, I don't know, I'm guessing 10-minute sections maybe. But hey, have to check it out, have to add it to the Zombies collection. And hey, got some YouTubers in it. Like I said, might be cheesy, but we'll give it a shot. Up next, The Boat. Abandoned adrift, but not alone. You get to see the cool skull underwater, the boat's on the nose. So this guy wakes up, he's locked in the boat's head, and he doesn't know why he's there or how to get out, and he begins to think that there's someone else on the boat, and he's adrift at sea, the middle of nowhere, locked in the head, has to figure out how to get out. A cool confinement thriller. I'm really looking forward to this one. You know, might be a low-budget, minimal cast movie, but have to see that, just locked in a bathroom at sea. Boat movies are fun. And hey, it's got a slipcover too. Moving right along to our last one from Magnolia Selects. This is Bubble, and I had to pick it up with all those creepy doll heads on it. A Steven Soderbergh experience. Don't know too terribly much about him, honestly, but with all these doll heads, this could be fun. It talks about how there's this guy and an older woman, and then a new woman comes in that he starts to fall in love with, and there's a murder at this town, and it's kind of a mysterious murder, and it's going to shake up their friendships and see who's who, really, and what's happening. Sounds fun. Maybe I'm a horror geek, I just bought it for the creepy baby doll heads, but might be a cool, dark and disturbing, surreal thriller maybe. I don't know, but sounds fun and gotta buy it for the creepy baby doll heads. But anyway, that's 20 things and I managed to do that quicker than I thought. I didn't want it to get boring on you guys. But anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You're really helping this channel out. At the end of the video, I'll put a playlist, should be my hauls playlist. You can find all the Dollar Tree hauls from the beginning over there, as well as, like, say, Walmart Black Friday haul and some Big Lot stuff. But anyway, seriously, thank you guys for watching. You're really good, and 20 of these, almost 200 subscribers, thank you. Anyway, I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Have a good day, and I'll put the hauls playlist on the bottom.